Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is I'm going to talk about the Colorado Spring shooting that happened at Club Q in Colorado. It was very sad, very tragic. I wanted to talk on this topic and also some tips on how to protect yourself if you're caught in a situation like that. So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. So let's get started. Okay. Um, so this happened about 3 weeks ago. So I've been needing to cover this story, but I kind of wanted to wait until like some more information came out about it. So basically what happened in Colorado Springs at Club Q, which is an LGBTQIA plus club, like a gay club basically. So there was unfortunately like a shooting there, and from like I think this boy, he was like 22 years old. Um, he basically decided to shoot up the club, and unfortunately, 25 people were injured and 5 people were DEAD. So the names, I will have the names here. And Raymond Green Vance, he and him pronouns. Kelly Loving, she and her pronouns. Daniel Aston, he and him pronouns. And Derek Rump, he and him pronouns. And Ashley Pa, she and her pronouns. Our condolences go out to you and your families. It's very sad and tragic what happened. And a little backstory about the person that decided to bring a GUN into the club. So we got to see like a clip from the dad or whatever. He basically explains that like he didn't even know his son was alive for the past 6 years. That apparently, I guess his son committed suicide or whatever. So basically, he ended up changing his name, and he was doing like porn and stuff like that. I guess in the last 6 years, like he was doing that. That's why he changed his name and pretended to DIE or whatever. And so I guess like the mom and dad thought like he was gone, but really he changed his name the last 6 years and was basically a porn star working pornography. So I thought that was really crazy. I mean, and so and the dad too was saying that I guess growing up, they grew up Mormon, so like they didn't believe in being gay and they don't believe in the gay lifestyle and all of that. You can tell he was kind of a little bit of a bigot, but I mean after he realized his son hurt and KILL a bunch of people, then he kind of like changed his stance on it, like, oh, because he's a martial arts coach at a gym or at some gym place or whatever. So yeah, apparently I guess he made like some really like intolerable like gay comments, I think, um on the news or whatever, and then they basically blurted that out. But then once they realized like his son was involved in like a shooting and stuff, then he was like being apologetic and stuff. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And then I'll also play the clip too of the dad and him talking about it and stuff like that.
I love my son no matter what. I love my son.
Until 6 months ago, Aaron Brink thought his son had committed suicide.
I thought he was dead. I mourned his loss.
He says his ex-wife had called him from Colorado in 2016 to tell him their son, Nicholas Brink, had changed his name to Anderson Aldrich and then killed himself.
Do you have any idea why he changed his name?
Yes. His mother told me he changed his name because I was on intervention and I've been a porno actor.
You heard correctly. At the time, Brink was acting in Los Angeles in porno movies. For 6 years, he thought his son was dead until Aldrich called him out of the blue last year and started arguing with him over the phone.
He's pissed off. He's pissed off at me. He wants to poke at the old man.
Fast forward to 2 days ago, Brink got a call from his son's defense attorneys telling him Aldrich was involved in a shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs. Brink says he's a Mormon, and his first reaction was, "Why was my son at a gay bar?"
You know, Mormons don't do gay. We don't do gay. There's no gays in the Mormon church. We don't do gay.
I ran into Brink while he was unloading appliances at his home in Sherman Heights. When he learned more details of the deadly shooting, he was shocked.
There's no excuse for going and killing people. If you're killing people, there's something wrong. This is not the answer.
Brink says his son was born here in San Diego at Sharp Mary Birch Hospital in 2000. He and his wife lived in Cardiff by the Sea at the time, but they soon got divorced. Brink currently works as a mixed martial arts coach. He says he taught his son how to fight.
I praised him for violent behavior really early. I showed him that it works. It's instant, and you'll get immediate results.
But in the wake of the violence at Club Q, Brink is changing his tune.
Life is just so fragile, and it's valuable. Those people's lives are valuable. You know, they're valuable. They're good people, probably. You know, it's not like you kill somebody or kill. I'm sorry. I let my son down.
At one point in that interview, we informed Brink that Colorado does not have the death penalty. He folded his hands in front of him, looked up, and said, "Thank God."
David, the first reaction of that father when he heard about the shooting happening at a gay bar, some anti-gay sentiments there.
He did express some anti-gay sentiments very bluntly, and we did not include those comments in our report. But I will say, once he found out how many people died and how many people were injured, he apologized over and over again to the community.
Well, after you've seen that, absolutely crazy and insane. Basically, I came up with some tips and tricks of, of like a shooter that comes in, basically what to do and how to prepare for that when you go out, because, I don't want us to live in fear. I still want everyone to still go out. Don't let that stop you, but you need to be cautious when you go out. Definitely, when they say don't judge a book by its cover, unfortunately, in this day and age, you're gonna have to, like, someone that just looks suspicious or weird or whatever, keep your distance and really keep your guard up. In this day and age, you really cannot be giving people chances and stuff. And I still want you to go out, have fun, do you, but just you gotta really be cautious. Like when you go out to eat or whatever, I remember ever since I was like in middle school, my grandmother, we would always go out to eat at like restaurants and stuff, and she would always sit facing by the door. And I never understood that. And she said, like, when you go out, make sure you know where there's an exit. Make sure there's a way that you're able to leave. And also, too, she likes to watch like who comes into the place, and that, I just thought she was so paranoid and stuff. But to be honest, now I really understand why she was the way she was, because it's just crazy, like what you see and stuff. And when you go out to the club, or I'm just gonna say for the club in this, because I'm sure there's a lot of young viewers that go out and party and stuff. Make sure, like, when you're, just be aware of your surroundings and be aware of the people that you're around. And if someone looks sketch or whatever, I mean, definitely you can go let a security guard know, like, hey, this person looks weird, or this person is like saying stuff about this, like, in this day and age, you really got to do what you got to do to protect yourself. I don't care. It is not snitching. It is protecting yourself and your well-being and others. So if you think or assume or whatever, really keep your guard up. Make sure you know where the exits are. At clubs, there's always like security guards and stuff. So if you feel like someone is about to do something, especially if you see it, like they're flashing weapons or they're saying they're going to do something, I will go get the security guard and just, just for the sake, especially if they talk about, lighting the place up or something, yeah. So, what was I gonna say? But yeah, that be aware of your surroundings. Make sure there's exit. Like, like if there's something is gonna go down, at least you know where to go. Also, too, make sure if you're going to go drink, make sure you just drink enough, but you still are aware of your surroundings and stuff. Um, don't, when you go out with your friends and stuff, it's cool to drink here and there and stuff, but do not drink to the point where you're completely drunk or like wasted or whatever, because even you can't even trust your friends nowadays. I mean, your friends will leave you. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that ever happened to me, but I've known other girls to go out with their friends and they get completely drunk and they don't even know how they got to their rooms. Their friends left them. You know, it's just crazy. So I've heard a bunch of horror stories with that. So when you go drink, maybe take like 1 or 2 drinks or whatever, you know, like your tolerance. But still, you need to be aware. Um, Unfortunately, it's just in this day and age, it is not safe to just let yourself be vulnerable like that. You know, um, stuff like that. So make sure you know where the door is, your exits. Make sure you are aware of who's around you. Be aware of anyone that's sketch or doesn't look right or anything. And if they're saying things like they're gonna hurt people or whatever, go to a security guard, let them know, get them up out of there. 'Cause they do not need to be there. They, you know, they don't need to be up in there. Bunch of people trying to party, have a good time, and they over here spread negativity and hate and all that. So we don't need that. Okay, we go to the club, have a good time. We don't go there to deal with drama and stuff. And the last one is don't drink. Just maybe drink a little bit, but still be aware and cognitive of like where you are and stuff like that. So definitely, my heart definitely goes out to those 5 people that passed. You will be remembered. And to my viewers and magical creatures and stuff, be safe and do not be scared. Just still live your life. Be free, be you, be happy. Just, you know, be cautious when you do go out because nightlife is dangerous, period. So I love you guys and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical. Mwah.